All right. Okay. Okay. All right. We have this. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Dhiren. I'm the Qualified Education Counselor here at Aussizz Group, Adelaide. Today, we're going to be talking about the course Community Service. I'll just have a few people join in first, and then we can kick off. All right. Okay. So, okay. All right. So, hi, everyone. As I said, my name is Dhiren. Today, we are going to be talking about the course, which is Community Service, which is to say the course is for the people, for the community, for the working with children and aged people. So let's start with why community service. Well, it is one of the largest industry in Australia. It helps in developing the skills to provide critical and direct support to individuals, groups, and communities. As a community service professional, one can support individual or they can support a community. It's for the well-being through care, support, education, welfare, and related services. So by doing this course, obviously you can make a real difference into people's life, and it is an extremely rewarding career to start with. Benefits. Let's briefly talk about the benefits of studying the community service course. As I said, it makes a real difference in people's lives. It has a PR pathway, which is rather important for international students. It has a competitive earning opportunities compared to non-technical occupations as well. Wide scope of job variety. One qualification can lead into different roles. It has working opportunities as a flexible working hours, and obviously an opportunity for a growth as well. Structured progression and professional development is also part of the opportunities here. Obviously, it depends on the employment and your working environment. It has a flexible working arrangements with your employer as well. You get to meet and interact and work with a lot of diverse working environment with a lot of different cultured background as well. And it has a job security in terms of, we look at the current scenario in terms of community service, and as well, it is pretty much a secured job for the nearest future. What are the courses that we can do in community service? So there are a lot of different options that one can study. You can either study a certificate 4 into community service. You can study diploma of a community service, as well as advanced diploma of community service, or a bachelor's of community service. There is also a course called Bachelor of Applied Social Science, which is specializing into a community service, or you can study a Bachelor in Human Services as well, which is a similar course. Then there are obviously a lot of different requirements for these particular courses. For example, if you are looking to study certificate 4 into community service, it's available at Canberra Institute of Technology, ETEA, and TAFE. You can do certificate 4 into disability, available at Equals International, Southern Cross Institute, Lead College, and the various other colleges as well. The fees for this particular course, it ranges between 8,000 to 14,500, depending which institute you go with. And there is an entry requirement in terms of English as well, which is IELTS or PT 5.5, no less than 5 in each band. If we talk about the Diploma of Community Service course, which is one of the most popular courses with international students, the duration for this course is 1 or 2 years, depending which institute you do it with. The fees for these particular courses is ranging between 9,000 and between 16,000 approximately. It's a 2-year course. It can be 1 or 2 year, but 2-year course can give you a skill assessment as a community service and a welfare worker. It must have an accreditation with ACAW, which is the Australian Community Association Workers. Colleges you can study this course is Equals International, Acknowledgement Education, Kangan, TAFE, Southern Cross, Australian Sovereign College, etc. You can apply for a post-study work after completion of the course for 2 years. And usually the placements are part of the coursework. It can be packaged with certificate 4 into disability as well. The English requirement for this course is overall 6, no less than 5.5. If we talk about the Advanced Diploma of Community Service, that's again a popular course with international student. That's a duration of 1 year. There are some prerequisite requirement for this particular course. So if you're looking to do an advanced diploma, you must have a diploma of community service in order to get enrolled. Colleges again for this one is Equals International, Southern Cross, TAFE, REACH or ETEA. Normally, if the student has enrolled for 1 year course, they package it with advanced diploma so that you can apply a post-study work for 2 years after completion. Again, the English requirement is 6, no less than 5.5 for this one. If we go into a bachelor's program, say Bachelor's of Community Service, it's obviously a duration of 3 years full-time course. Providers for this courses are, again, Equals International, Torrance University, Boxell Institute, or Acknowledge Education. These courses can be provisional or fully accredited with ACAW. The fees for this is 9,000 to 12,000 per semester approximately. And IELTS or PT requirement would be 6, overall 6, no less than 6. So the requirement for offshore students in these courses are pretty much similar as we've discussed. The only prerequisite, I would say, you need to have a cognitive background to start a diploma course in this one. For certificate 4 and diploma, few education providers are offering up to 10% scholarship. And for bachelor, some of the education providers are offering up to 20% scholarship. So what are the career outcomes? Let's say if somebody wanted to study this course, what are the career outcomes one can look at? Well, upon completion of the course, you'll be ready to pursue a rewarding career into social work. So you may work in general or specialist areas of community work, such as activism, advocacy, child protection, child and family support, consultancy, community development, counseling, drug and alcohol counseling, policy development and research, assisting groups such as aged women or youth into multicultural populations. These are some of the occupations you can work. As you can see, there are variation of occupations available upon completion of the course that can have a very rewarding career. So one can choose, any particular specialized area to work with, which is very good thing. Qualified professional can work into various fields, such as I said, community worker, case support worker, child welfare worker, community service, case management, career counseling, disability support coordinator, school counselor, child protection officer. So these are some of the occupations that can help you in terms of your PR pathways as well. And if we are talking about the employment opportunities after completion of the course, we have some statistics here that was fetched last year by the government. So this particular course has been steadily increasing in demand. So if we, let's say in 2011, there were only around 1 million or 1.2 million people were employed into this occupation, which has been going and steadily over the years. And the most recent data that suggests 2021, there was approximately 2 million people were employed into this particular sector. And the projection for this in 2026, that can be somewhere around 2.5 million would be working in this particular sector. So as you can see, the demand for this particular sector is increasing every year. Almost relatively large proportion of, let's say 44%, as per the data says, community and personal service worker occupations. They had a very strong future demand compared with the other occupations. There was only around 33%. Community carers, aiders, or community personal service workers, there was like almost 44% increase into the occupations over the past few years. So this has a very strong market for people who are looking to study and work into this particular field. In the future markets, November 2021 was considered the lowest month, where there was a sharp decrease that was recorded into a job advertisement in this particular sector, while the October 2021 was the highest where the jobs were published into this area. Despite recording a fall in the job advertisement in November, community personal service workers, they have recorded a strongest increase in job advertisement over the past few years, especially after the Delta outbreak of COVID-19, that has gone up by 48%. Recruitment activity levels are also elevated into laborers and community personal service workers as well over the last few years after the COVID, especially. We have some numbers for the individual states into Australia to say that, you know, the job advertisement has been increasing. So NSW, previously before COVID, there were only 4,000 advertisement into this employment area, where after COVID, the statistic shows it has increased to 8,800, which is almost double the number. Similarly, in Victoria, there were 3,600 advertisement pre-COVID, and currently it's 7,800, which is again double the number. South Australia, they had 740 advertisement pre-COVID, which is after COVID, it's gone up to 1,400. Following up with Tasmania, it was 150, gone up to 350. Queensland, 2,300 pre-COVID, gone up to 5,300. In Western Australia, 1,200 pre-COVID to 2,300. So almost all the states in Australia, they have gone up. The job advertisement in this sector has gone up almost double the number just after COVID. So you can imagine the strong requirement of community support worker in this country. So this course obviously has a very strong demand in future as well. So if you're looking into study this particular course, we have almost covered, I think, almost all the requirement for this particular courses. But if you have any questions related to community service, if you are looking into study this course in near future, or if you are looking into working in the particular area, you obviously have to hold a qualification as well. So if that interests you in any way, if you have any questions or any doubt, you can always ask a question here, and we'll be more than happy to assist you in this. Let's start. Let's go into chats and see if we have anyone who wanted to have any questions regarding that. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, we have a question here. It says, what are the requirements to get enrolled into Diploma of Community Service. Okay, like I said, if you are looking into changing into this particular course, the requirement is pretty much similar. If you are or doing a bachelor's, or if you want to get enrolled into this one, we just have to submit your application depending which institute you are interested in doing. We can assist you with almost everything. We can start your processing documentation. We'd need your passport, all your academics, your overseas qualifications, your onshore qualifications if you've completed anything, IELTS, your PT, your insurance copy, your COE, and your current visa status. There is another question we have. Can you directly enroll into diploma courses from offshore? That's a yes and no question. Obviously, you can enroll depending on your background. If you've recently completed your +2, or if you are the recent school pass out, and if you are looking into a diploma, you can certainly do that. Ideally, we would recommend, if you are just applying for diploma, that can be a risky part on your visa status, because the department looks into total packaged or career pathways. So if you are just looking into doing a diploma, that can have a slightly negative outcome, not just because of the course, but in terms of your future employment outcomes as well. So we would ideally recommend to package it with a bachelor, but yes, you can certainly enroll into diploma if you are willing to do that. Job roles after graduating. We've got another questions. Like I said, we have multiple job opportunities available depending which course or which particular field you want to specialize in. Like I said, you can work as a community support worker, case support worker, child welfare worker, community service, case management, career counseling, school counseling, child protection officer. So those are some of the occupations you can possibly work after completion of this course. Is there any master's course related to community service? Yes, you can do a master's in community service as well. If that's something that interests you, you can certainly study master's in this as well. All right. Okay, what are the colleges in South Australia for this course? So we have Equals International, we have Southern Cross Institute here, we've got Torrens University that can help you study this course in South Australia. Those are the few options that you have in South Australia. But yes, if you are looking into studying this course into any other states, we have other options available as well. All right, the next one. Okay, let's see. Okay, the scholarship that is available in South Australia. Like I said, we have few options available here in South Australia. So the scholarship for diploma or the advanced diploma is up to 10%, depending which institute you're going with. And for bachelor's, it's up to 20% scholarship available as of today. It is a PR pathway course. Yes, somebody just asked, is there a PR pathway? Like we've discussed earlier, there is a PR pathway after completion of the course. Upon completion, obviously, if you're working as a community support worker, case officer, case support worker, or child welfare worker, there are multiple occupations that you can work under that can help you in your future PR pathways as well. This is mostly, we are keeping it to education part. If you've studied this course and if you think you qualify for this particular course based on this course as your PR pathways, we would highly recommend you to visit our migration agent here. Just book in an appointment through our contact links, and then we can put you in with the migration agent that can help you understand in much detail for your PR pathways. Okay, another question. Is there any internship or placements? Placements are usually part of the coursework. So you'd have to do certain amount of hours as a community service worker as part of your placements. And if you're looking for the internship, it again depends how you interact and what your skill levels are, and if you, how you network with the people. Certainly, you can find organizations or the employers who can help you with the internship. And then obviously you can take it further. Before we move on with any other further question, let's just take a brief moment and say how this course can help you getting a stable job, or how it can help you in future. Like I said, as we gone through the statistic here, there are a lot of employers who are looking for people who to work in this particular sector. So there is the demand for this course is very high. So that means the job security part, once you are into the business and once you are part of the organization, the job security is very stable. You wouldn't have somebody say hire you and fire you in a very short amount of time. As long as you are passionate about this particular industry and you care about people and you want to work with people, like I said, there are multiple opportunities available. Working with diverse community, working with a lot of different peoples every day, that is very rewarding. You get to interact with a lot of different people from different backgrounds, and you get to know them better. You get to understand people better. So it is a very rewarding career. And as I said, in terms of your future employment and a stable job, it's a very, very good course. There are, it depends, it goes like person to person, depending how they want to work with this industry. There are certain people who are very passionate about this sector, like they like to work with people, they like to engage people on daily basis, work with different background peoples and interact with them. And there are certain people who may not enjoy it to start with because they haven't worked into this sector. They might think, okay, this is not something that I can probably do, because you'd have to manage a lot of different things, and it can be a daunting task, which is not the case. If you have not worked in this industry before, then it can be slightly scary to start with. But trust me, once you are in the business, you'd find it very rewarding. You'd enjoy your everyday task. You won't even think it's part of your job. You just like working with the community. It seems like you are not even working there. It's just like you're interacting with people, and then you are getting paid out of it as well. Okay, what the employment outcome? Okay, so like I said, it is very demanding. It's steadily increasing year by year. So the numbers that we have from, like, let's say from 2011 to 2021, it has only inclining towards upwards. So the demand is very high, and current market, it's hard to put a number on it, but I would say if you are looking to work into this employment or this particular sector, I think the salary would probably start somewhere around what, $25-30 an hour, depending the organizations or the employer's requirement and all that. It can be even higher. So that again, it's a very good investment if you want to work in this field, and or even if you are working as a part-time to support your studies or support your daily things, it can give you a very rewarding outcome. So do I need a medical degree to enroll in this course? No, you actually don't need a medical degree. It's a community support worker. It's a community service. Basically, it's not something that you need a medical accreditations or anything like that as a prerequisite to start this course. As I said, if you are looking to do diploma, +2 is fine, as long as you meet the English requirement, which is no less than 5.5. You can certainly study this course. So there is no other requirement. All right. This course, let's say, and this obviously this particular sector, while we are on the topic, it is very popular with international students, people, because Australia is multicultural. Basically, we have people or international students coming from all over the world with different culture, different backgrounds, so people who like to work with this different community and different backgrounds as a case support worker or case officer or counseling or child protection, um, it is very popular with international students because they come from a different background and they know how it is to, if you are moving into a different country or with different people, how the emotions and the feeling that you have. So a lot of international students coming from overseas or different part of the world would like to work in this sector. So it is a very popular sector to work in. International students, like I said, they prefer something like this. So, all right, so let's go to the next question. We have already discussed the positions that you can work as after completion of this course. There are multiple other opportunities as part of the outcome of this particular course. So it's whether you become an advocate, you would like to work into child protection sector, or you like to work as a family support worker, community development, counseling to different sectors, or drug and alcohol counseling, education related counseling, youth worker, women support worker, refugee assistance. There are lots and lots of different branches that you can branch out to work into a specialized sector. So it's not just something like, after completion, you'd be stuck with this particular position or this particular sector. The opportunities within the organization, once you start working, are numerous and it's ongoing. Once you start as a support worker, you can move the ladder up to different positions and you can always climb up. So there are a lot of different variations of the areas that you can work. So you'd have a different experiences with different backgrounds and different sector that you're working with. Let's say you're working as a child support worker and then you move on to drug and alcohol support worker, or you move into a youth worker. You'd be dealing with a lot of different people, different age, different background, different problems, different resolutions. So it's not one thing fits all. So you'd have a very rewarding career after this. Okay. And we have gone through this, the data. So let's just reiterate some of the details. Like we've said, in 2011, the numbers were the people employed in this sector were around 1 million in Australia, which was in 2020 or 21 that was gone up to almost 1.8 million. So we had almost in like 500,000, 0.8 million increase in the the employment part. And the projection obviously for 2025-26 is going about 2.5 million. So you'd have a lot of opportunities during next few years to work in this sector as long as you qualified within those areas or this time frame. And it's ever goingly increase the job employment. We'll just go with certain numbers here. So the demand for, let's say, health and welfare support workers or carers or aiders, hospitality workers, there was around 38% during past few years after COVID. But if we talk about community service or personal service workers, that's gone up skyrocketing. It's going up to 76% after COVID. And all the other occupations were relatively stable around 30 or 33%. So as you can see, this is the sector which is booming right now, and then there's a lot of employment opportunities available here as well. Any other occupations, if we just briefly touch on to that, say managers or professionals or technicians or trade workers, pre-COVID, they were steadily increasing at the pace of around 38-37%, while the community service sector was increasing by at least 64-65%. So that again, in leaving all the other occupations behind. That's not to say that other occupations are bad. It's just the comparison that we have here. It says the community service demand is very high, especially in last few years, and it's just increasing day by day. So even next few years are looking very good for them. Okay, let's go down to question here. Okay. Okay, so this was the community service. Obviously, this is like we've discussed a lot in details about this one, that it's high in demand and a lot of people have a rewarding career. We've seen a lot of examples, people who have already graduated from this course and are working in the field. Once we get in touch with them, they have only good things to say about this course, and they are so happy in this job role that they are working currently. So it's good to hear and getting the feedbacks from the students who have already finished and working in the field. But if any international student, let's say we initially wanted to focus on this course, but if you are looking to study something else, let's say the other popular courses here are obviously the nursing course, which is a diploma of nursing. That's again a very rewarding career, and it's very much in demand as of now, especially after COVID. So diploma of nursing, it's 1.5 year course. We have the institute, we have TAFE, Equals International, Southern Cross, Think Education. Those are the major 4 that are available in South Australia, who can assist you studying in this course. The price category, it ranges from around 30,000 to 36,000 depending on the institute. Unfortunately, there is no scholarship on this one, so it's pretty much, it is what it is. And it's very much in demand. A lot of people are applying that. All the seats are getting filled very fast. So people who are looking to study in April or June, they are started, they're doing the applications from now onwards, just to make sure that they don't lose out on any seats for future intakes. The requirement for that again is you have to have English score of 7 each, either in IELTS or PTE. That would be your major requirement in order to start the application. And then once you pass that, we can start the application. If you are looking into study this course, we have a few seats available in February this year, or the next intake would be April or June. So if you are someone who meets the requirement, who are looking to study this course, obviously do get in touch with us and we can guide you further how to process the admissions and everything. Again, with this diploma of nursing, there is a PR pathway if somebody is curious. So you can, obviously, for much greater detail, you'd have to be in touch with the migration agent who can assist you to help you out processing your PR pathways. So either it's a state-wise different requirement. For South Australia, you'd have after completion of the course, you'd need to work as a 6 month as an enrolled nurse, or you can work 12-month part-time as a support worker or aged care worker or disability support worker while you are studying. That can be counted towards your experience requirement. and that can potentially help you secure your 491 or 190 depending on your profile. Like I said, you'll have to be in touch with the migration agent for further details. All the details and the links to get in touch with us would be available here in the chat. So if you are somebody who is looking, or if you have any further questions, obviously do get in touch with us there, and then we'll be more than happy to assist you. So you can always get in touch with me. My email ID is Dhiren, thiren.patel, PATEL @aussizzgroup.com. You can either reach out to me or any other migration agent or education counselor here on my email, or you can reach to our reception here. Our office is located into Adelaide CBD. You can get in touch with the social media. You can get in touch with us via phone or an email, or any of our social platforms, or a Mawson Lake. We have a branch in Mawson Lakes as well. So if you are residing somewhere in the north suburb, and if you don't want to make the trip to the city, you can always get in touch with the Mawson Lake branch as well, and they will be able to assist you with the admission process as well. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, looks like we have no further questions. Yeah. All right, so I think we have no further questions here. But if somebody who finds this video later on, if you have any further questions, always get in touch with us, and we can assist you further on this one. Before we end this session and go, I'd just like to briefly mention about our app, which is Aussizz. That is something that we have developed over the time, and we put a lot of work and efforts into this, developing this app. This is specially designed to help you understand the basic requirement of your particular occupations. So if you just download the app, the link would be in the description. You just punch in your occupation or your study, and that can give you the latest state-wise requirements for your occupation, to say that, what is your experience requirement, what sort of other documentations or qualifications, and what is the latest update by the immigration. Everything is updated there, so that can be very handy if somebody just wants to basically understand the basic criteria of the PR pathway. Obviously, if you are looking into much greater detail, or if you have any complications or any other concerns, you can get in touch with the migration agent and they can look into it further. But this is just to give you some idea or basic understanding of your occupations and your PR pathways and everything. So I would highly recommend if you download this app and just just go through it and then search your occupations, understand the basic requirement, and the latest updates and everything would be there. So yes, it would be linked in the description there. But yeah, okay, if we have no further questions, guys, we'd probably just end the session here, but I'll be available for the next few minutes. If you have any questions, I'm still here. I'm happy to assist you with that. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So thank you everyone for attending this session. I hope I was able to provide you some insight into community service. This was focused on this particular sector. But like I said, if you have any other questions, if you have any other institute in mind, or if you wanted to study any other courses, whether be it wet courses or diploma or bachelor's or higher degrees, masters, any courses that you are, if you have any doubts, or if you are looking into changing your provider or changing your course into any other field or any other institute, or if you have any doubts related to your education, just get in touch with us via any of our platforms, social media, phone, email, etc. You can either come into our CBD branch, or you can visit our Mozambique branch. Like I said, anybody in the education team can assist you with your education inquiry. If you have any future change of course or any other inquiries that you have in mind, other than community service or anything, of course, we are always here to assist you with that. So anything like that, just let us know, get in touch with us, and we'd be more than happy to assist you. But yeah, looks like we have no more further questions here. So yeah, thank you everyone for attending this session, and we'll see you next time with another topic. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.